Pin My Setup episode number 266, recorded live on September 1st, 2017. My name's Matt Philly. You can find me on Twitter. I'm Matt Philly. That's producer Tom at Thomas Philly on Twitter. How you doing today?
Doing great. It's very beautiful outside.
Very beautiful outside. And it's September 1st. We are almost done. It's almost Halloween, and then it's almost Thanksgiving, and then Christmas, then New Year's, and just 2018.
2018
before you know it. Don't
2018
blink.
seems very unrealistic. I feel like we're not going to make it.
I feel like 2018 sounds better than 2017, though.
Yeah.
I don't know. I couldn't accept 2017, but now I'm just kind of like, let's just make it 2018 already, you know? But anyways, let's not waste any time hopping into the first set of the day, submitted by Powie, who's 26. He's vocalist, music producer from Poland, and the main use of his setup is music production. He's always wanted to have his own studio, but he never really liked how most home studios looked. He said they're messies. They're messies, you know,
Plural.
They play soccer. They like it. He said they're usually messy with a lot of cables laying around everywhere, and no one cares about the look and the feel of the studio. So he said he's seen some setups on the show that have inspired him to make a clean, nice home studio. Oh, shit. Man, that is like definition of contrast. A lot of white, minimalistic, very usable, effective. And then he's got that green plant, and same with the Scarlet, the little red in the bottom right.
Yeah.
As much as I love the setup, I just get rid of that plant. It's really not the biggest deal in the world, but literally everything is like colorless here, so it's like really trippy. But what were your thoughts? Because Tom hates white on white on white on white. Do you think the sound, the acoustic panels really played a good part in separating the colors, or you still think it's a lot?
Yeah, it's just like, because everything looks nice in the setup. Like, usually when we see white setups, they're kind of like beige white, where like they're kind of like nasty white.
Yeah.
But this is clean
Pure.
white, like pure white with the acoustic foams, like you said. Like they make the setup look a lot more contrasty, and I think it makes the setup look a lot better.
Yeah.
It sticks out a little bit more.
Oh, those studio monitors, just the choice of peripherals, which, yes, it's basic, it's simple, but again, this guy isn't a gamer. This is where he's producing music and stuff like that, so it's not far-fetched to see these sort of accessories in use. Now, I will say one thing, though, looking at the accessories, more so the peripherals, I feel like there's not a lot of depth to the desk, which I'm sure if we were to ask him, he'd probably be like, yeah, I wish the desk was deeper. Most people wish their desks were deeper, but I just feel like there's no wrist room. You know, you have to be like, just your fingers crossing the desk. Yeah, you have to be very specific in how you use it. So I feel like that's not the best usability for the mouse and so on and so forth. But is it the end of the world? No. Is it a great setup? Of course. It really is. It's killer. So for me personally, I do dig it. I think it's nice. I'm assuming his, like, you know, all his vocal related things happen on the other side of the room.
Yeah, maybe.
Because we're not, you know, he said he's a vocalist. So really the only thing I see here, you know, studio monitors, the Scarlet, and then, you know, MIDI keyboard, I guess. So really,
there's no like microphone at all, so maybe he's just hiding it.
Yeah, because I do see the XLR cable. But the question is this really a home studio? Or is it more just like a dope music production capable kind of setup?
Yeah, because is the acoustic foam really doing a lot? Like, I feel like you need to cover like the whole wall for it to be like.
Well, he does have it in the corners, which kills. That's where the sound bounces. I know everyone in the comments. You get to some people are like, acoustic foam doesn't do anything, and the other people are like, acoustic foam is actually life changing. Doesn't matter if it's chip or not. So let those people have the debates in the comments. I never said I was an audiophile by any means.
Yeah.
But it is a great setup. I don't think it's like when he said home studio, I've been in a house with like a legitimate, you know, home studio. But I think it's cool nonetheless, and it definitely got tied for first place. So
wow,
wow,
alert.
Wow. So, anyways, do you have any thoughts? Any final things you want to say?
No, you were talking about the keyboard before the stream started, like how you know it's like, is it taking up too much space? Maybe if you got a little keyboard tray to go underneath like the desk, depending on how much the desk can hold up,
even for just the keyboard and mouse.
Yeah.
You know, and I hate
get rid of some
chairs.
space. Yeah, and you know, it's like, you know, you gotta do what you gotta do to make the setup a little bit better usability wise. So
yeah, because at the end of the day, if you're legitimately using that keyboard often, then you got to be a little bit smarter with how you give yourself enough room. Because I would hate almost no room between the keyboard, the actual keyboard, and the monitor, and you're just kind of like, you know, you got to get a little bit more out of that. But anyways, Let's go to the next setup, submitted by Cole, who's 20. He likes collecting mugs and glassware. He's currently trying to find a wire hiding device to hide that DSL line. Hiding device? Like, I'll just flip the switch and
guess something that go on the door.
There's a lot of different solutions. I don't think there's a device necessarily. I just connect it to Wi-Fi and the cable's gone. It's pretty sweet. And then he also said that he magically doesn't... Oh, what? Also, he said he magically doesn't hit his head on the cedar beam.
Which is like this stuff.
How is that magic?
Well, because apparently
maybe that's just having a brain.
Yeah, no, just...
It's like, it's right here. It's a little out of the way, but if boom, like I don't get.
Well, maybe standing up, you forget it's there, and like.
But it's not like really.
That one could be easily.
I don't know. I just like magically is the wrong word. It's like, yeah, it's just a little bit of magic, no biggie. The biggest complaint that I have for this setup is in the second photo. What the motherfucker? Like. The desk is interesting. Got some piping going across, and if that's what you want to do, nice. But cable management, this is not the jungle. These are like vines wrapped around branches and stuff like that. Definitely not the best thing I've ever seen in the world. Plus, it looks like a computer. I doubt it's like dying because there's complete breathability there with all the holes and stuff. Just doesn't look like the best spot ever. And then having the power strip right up against the PC like that, like, I don't know.
Yeah.
Just very odd in that decision making.
Is this a custom desk?
Yeah, it looks like he just threw together some pipes and put on like a cheap little, MDF board or something on top.
Yeah.
Which is a whole nother thing. The desk is too small, I feel like. Granted, he's got basically the bare bones of a setup. So does he need a lot of space? No. Does he need more space? Yeah, I definitely think that's something he needs to address.
Does he have space? No.
No. I don't know how he would do it. Maybe have it come out of the wall off your magical cedar boards, beams. No, but seriously, it's just kind of a underwhelming setup because you don't have the room. So, like, cool, you have your mugs up above, but is it really, like, the easiest thing to show off? No, you're kind of low on space. So, for you, I really think it comes down to getting bigger space, custom. If you know what you're doing, try to custom build something that goes along with the wall, I don't know. Come up with something, dog. Like, it ain't gonna work.
With the amount of space he has, like I said, like he probably doesn't have enough room to fit a bigger desk or whatever. So yeah, doing it across to kind of connect to the wall would be ideal, but at the same time, it's not that much more space.
It's okay to have the beams come across if you just keep the desk long. Like it could look cool. It could play into his setup. But for now, it's not terrible. It's just not great.
Yeah.
What would you say?
No, there's really not much to say. Theme is hard to do. You collect glassware and mugs and all that, but that's not really much of a theme. Like, I guess if you get like really cool ones and display a lot of them, but you don't have room, so it just comes down to having the room to display everything, which is something you don't have.
Yeah. Next setup is the weirdest thing ever. Jack, he's 15. He said I inspired him to build this setup, to build his setup, but this one he built at school. Okay. Somehow he convinced his awesome teacher to let him do this. He said that his teacher could get fired since the monitors are school property. So he colored everything out behind, except for part of a person back there. Maybe we'll try to clean that up next time. Okay, loud truck. He said the setup's powered by his MacBook Pro. He had to build it, cable manage it, take pictures of it, and take it down during his 20-minute lunch break. Best use of time? Maybe not. Maybe not. Okay, yeah. The second photo, we could see how the power is going through. So, of course, I'm going to be a dick. And I took a point or two off of that. That's just kind of how I roll. But realistically speaking, if this was a setup that someone submitted, which wouldn't surprise me because we do see people combine desks and whatever all the time. Usability, is it really great? No, because you have these huge... boom, you move. It's not the best desk positioning, which of course, you just put it together and took it down. It was just meant to be like a meme more than anything. But yeah, realistically speaking, it's not awful and it's not perfect, but he somehow managed to pull off, Amazon Echo, the headphones, microphones.
Yeah, I wonder if he brought that stuff from home. Like,
yeah, I would assume so.
Assume only the monitors or what he took from the school.
And then he just has a backpack that's super big, and it's like, Yeah, don't worry. Just bring the setup down to school for the day. But yeah, of course now we have landscapers and stuff. Yeah. That's insanely annoying. But yeah, I mean, it is interesting. It's very cool. Props to you. But yeah, I mean, it's different.
It's different, but you know the one thing you can't do, theme, because you know what, it's a school,
which of course. And
like imagine you put some pop vinyls down.
Right.
And like really, there's nothing you can say to make it set up better because most likely he's not going to have this set up. This was submitted back in March or something like that.
No, he took it down.
Yeah, he took it down. But like, no, he's been setting it up, taking it back down and all that. But the only thing he didn't do was cable management.
He said that?
Well, I mean, like, I'm pretty sure that's what he's been doing for the.
I think it was just like a one-time thing.
Well. It doesn't matter. Like it just seems like like why'd you do it in the first place?
I think it was a one-time thing. He set it up and then he brought it down because he said he convinced his teacher to let him do it. So that's why he just did it real quick.
Yeah.
If this is something you do every day, you should get
every other day, D-Day
expelled. Nesbo said in the chat that it's a lot better than a lot of other setups, which is very true, and that's mainly because he gets a fresh start. There's nothing there,
Yeah.
But yeah, let's go to the next setup submitted by Guy. Guy is 15, he lives in Israel, and he loves to play video games. Oh my god. Normally I hate when people kind of split their desk. It's like, okay, I have a huge, amazing desk. Let me use only half of it. Normally I'm not a huge fan. Here it's not really the end of the world. Granted, the printer's huge, and that's kind of a big reason why it works. But still, would I have liked to see him center himself to the desk? Yeah, honestly, I would. Between the Alex drawer to the wall, if you would just center yourself there, I feel like it would look a lot nicer because you can have the TV dead center. The speakers have a little bit more breathability. You can leave the computer there in the corner. You can put one of the plants on the opposite side, have some symmetry. And then by doing so, you can also put a poster on both sides of the TV. Just fill it in with theme a little bit more, add a bit, whether it's shelves, posters, whatever, it would make a lot more sense. But really looking here, I mean, I feel like that's one of the biggest complaints I have about this setup is just the way that you were kind of shoving yourself into the corner because the speakers are a little bit closer. Your speaker's right up against the PC. Your TV looks off because you didn't do anything with the left wall. Had there been something huge map or something insane on that left side, I would have been like, oh, maybe that's why he did it. But no, instead, it's just bare minimum. So, personally, I would definitely go for symmetry, spread things out, center yourself to the desk, and call it a day. Then work on theme, so on and so forth. But what do you think, Tom? Do you think it's fine, or do you think he should push it back?
I don't really have a problem with, having the push it to the middle, left, right. It doesn't really matter for me. It's just like, is he PC gaming? Because he doesn't have a console or whatever. So those peripherals are probably not the best for PC gaming. I mean, I don't know for sure, but it just seems like very basic peripherals.
Well, remember Jake's computer that we were just fixing the other day? Same peripherals. But I feel like PC gaming with that. People, it's not the best. People do it, though. I mean, we don't know. Maybe he has another part of the room where he's console gaming, but he didn't tell us that. So as far as I'm concerned, I mean, it's not the best.
I know it matches like his desk and his like theme kind of, but it seems like just very like weird peripherals to have for a PC game.
You probably got it for free. And
that's probably came with like a computer or something like that.
Yeah. So Tom doesn't care about that as much with like centering yourself, but I think if you want it to look visually pleasing, it might be good for you just the way it is. But if you want to really go for like a damn boy, like I definitely center it and do all those things I said because it would just, I think it's more visually pleasing more than anything.
Yeah,
but
if he feels off the wall, then like you said, it would probably be
much
more
sense.
Cleaner and much better.
Yeah. So and you have just the pure whitest walls I've ever seen. Honestly,
it's the cleanest thing I've ever seen.
Yeah, and it looks great. It almost looks like normally the IKEA desk is a little like off colored. And it just
it's
almost
whiter than that.
It just disappears into the wall though. It looks really good. So it's very clean, especially being 15. So good job. But those are just some of the things I would say. And the cable management's great as well, which is something that's very important. So good job. It's not bad. Just my 2 cents.
Yep.
So next setup submitted by Preston. He's 18. He likes to play piano, guitar, tap dance, and cry himself to sleep. All right, Preston. Next up,
you're about to cry yourself to sleep right now.
I mean, I would probably cry myself to sleep if I tap dance too. So, hey, if you can tap dance, you pick up some of the girls. You know what I'm saying?
Tap dance them to the prom.
Yeah, it's like, do you wanna go? No, I don't know how that works. Is that what tap dance is? Kind of like. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Don't.
Not the.
Yeah, I don't know. Anyways, all right. So Preston's set up here. You know, he's got the IKEA countertop just like me. He's got the Alex doors just like me. You know, he's got some smart moves being made. Great desk, great combo, terrible execution. And I mean that in the nicest way possible.
Terrible.
Terrible, man. I just wouldn't even bother with it. No, but seriously, usability, is it bad? No, the peripherals are good. You have your headphones off to the side. The monitors are pretty damn good. You got your Yeti over top, but just pull it over, talking to it, you know, do whatever you want to do. I think the main problem is out of sight, out of mind, cable management, and just theme. You know, really, if you think about it, there's a lot of cables. We see it all over the place behind the monitors, off to the side, blah, blah, blah. So that's a big issue. Out of sight, out of mind, you know, we have all the Rubik's Cube on the desk, like all these random accessories on the desk that don't need to be there, that could be displayed nicely elsewhere. We have all the backpack, all the stuff on the left side there. Probably not the best spot for the trash can either, considering you have so much room. I put on like the left side. That way you're not taking up, you know, a nice leg space section. And of course, yeah, you don't have anything going underneath the desk cable-wise. It's because it's all up on your desk. So you got to kind of find the balance there. It'll definitely work a lot nicer. But look how big that room is. Extremely underwhelming for a setup. You know, I think it's great because you have premier tap dancing.
Yeah, maybe needs all that room.
Which is fine, and there's nothing that he needs to do in the middle of the room.
Yeah.
I think it's just like, look at those walls. They're just begging for something. So I definitely would figure that out. But more than anything, it's theme, cable management, and out of sight, out of mind. You fix that, and your setup is going to just night and day way better. Would you agree?
I would agree. Maybe something to go in that corner, like to like, you know, hold all that stuff. Like, you know, you got nice, a penguin or whatever corner shelf. Yeah, you put your little bin there. You know, just a little something. Maybe you could hold the PC too, depending how big it is and all that. But yeah, like you said, the theme is kind of there, you know, with the penguin and all that, but not really a theme. So you need to put stuff on the wall.
Yeah, agreed. Simple though. I mean, I'm not going to sit here and just repeat the same thing over and over. So good job. Next setup though, submitted by Unknown. He's 14. He doesn't want his name said. He decided, he's like, hey, he just emailed us like yesterday, right? He's like, don't put my goddamn name on the show, even though he told, whatever. So anyways, he said he has a limited budget with limited space, but he's interested in cars and electronics, and he wants to replace the desk when he saves up his money. Yeah, I mean, desk is definitely something you should change, but do I think that's like the first thing, the first step? No, I actually don't think the desk is the worst thing in the world. I think the biggest problem is just your cable management. I couldn't even be bothered to give you a score on cable management because there really was no attempt. This desk is like almost perfect for cable management because you just hide it behind the drawers. Scotch tape that shit so it doesn't fly into the visual spot under the desk. Yeah, and it's super easy to fix. All the stuff coming out of your computer, it shouldn't go across like that. It should go straight down. You know, if you get a control scroll right there, look at that. You know, my anaconda don't. Like, that's not where that should be. That's super easy to fix. On top of that, the speakers have no room. I would understand if you separated the left monitor from touching the right monitor because you wanted to fit the speaker through, but you didn't do either.
Yeah.
So that's even worse. You know, at least poke the speaker through on the right side, whatever. Obviously, when you get a bigger desk, a nicer desk, less, you know, more under desk space, I'd probably put the PC down below, give you a lot more breathability, room for your speakers. It would just work more. For now, though, this just seems like you don't really care that much, if I'm being honest. So, Mr. Unknown, I just work with the cable management, fix the stuff on top, and go from there. You know, you don't need a new desk. You don't need this. You don't need that. Once you do good with the one, you should be able to move on to the next, but you got to at least perfect what you're working with for right now. Would you agree?
I would agree, but if he didn't like the desk, saving up the money would be great to get a new desk.
Well, yeah, but I'm saying he doesn't, like, he's acting like, whatever, you know.
Yeah.
Limited budget, limited space, whatever. It's like, bro, just fix it.
Sick-ass PC, whatever.
Dope-ass PC, really nice headphones. You know, actually, it's pretty dab, I'm not going to lie, but...
Yeah, he's got really nice stuff.
Yeah, it is great. So why act like, when I get a new desk, I'll fix it? Like, just fix it now.
Yeah.
Who knows? He might not have a new desk for another, 5-6 months. So
yeah, practice cable management. Make sure your cable management's on point. So when you get your new desk, it'll be like, pop, pop, pop.
Yeah, it's like 8 p.m. He's like, all right, it's time to work. It's like, turns like, he's like, how fast can he Velcro stuff? And yeah, that'd be funny. Anyways, I don't really have much else to say. Next setup, submitted by Drew, who's ageless, apparently.
Yeah, I think he's on the older side because I think he has kids.
55 years old. We'll just go with that.
No problem.
He likes taking pictures and he loves his drone. what a happy guy.
Yeah, because it looks like he's one of them or something like that. But at the same time,
I think it's the kid on the side.
Maybe. We don't know.
YOLO. No, shit. Really, though, let's go backwards. Let's go to the 5th photo.
Oh, okay.
And we'll kind of work back. So, like, this photo was very necessary. And the reason I say that is because, one, of course, I mean, it blends in with the American flag. He's going for the USA colors, which I love. But more than anything, it kind of puts into perspective where everything is in the room. So he's in this little, corner divot, but then he has that shelf that we're going to look at on the left side. So just keep that in mind. It's not like it's distant on the... We see it all the time where it's like, yeah, look at this as part of my setup.
And look in this other room. There's a shelf here.
Yeah, like seriously, people send us stuff, but then you look and it's not even in the damn room. So just know that it is close. So first off, if we go to that photo, that's above the shelf that we were just looking at. So that's really cool. Obviously, a lot of awesome stuff right there. And then right before that, I guess after that, whatever you want to go to the next photo. I'm like waiting for you to do it.
Are you still talking about the same photo?
So this right here is under what we were just looking at. That's his drone. He's got his cameras. He's got, tons of, a lot of cool little, I would say he is on the older side because he does have golf stuff, which
PGA and a lot of
not that
stuff.
Golf is for old people. Okay, it is. I do like golf, though. Golf is cool. But a lot of cool stuff there. And then we go before that, we'll see under the desk, which, the bottom left corner, we are seeing what really is just the headphone cable and then the one power strip cable, and then one that looks like the Ethernet cord or whatever that's coming through the wall, which is fine. That one looks fine, but the power cord can easily be fixed, whether that goes down the leg a little bit more and then along the molding, or if it goes along the molding like the Ethernet cord. Little things. I'm being a dick.
He's being a little bitch.
Yeah, thank you. That's fine, but now we go to the first photo, and this is like, I want to give it an amazing score, but part of me also has a few critiques. So really, my first critique is out of sight, out of mind. I just feel like there's a lot of, on the right side, he would really benefit from a drawer. Instead of having the two legs right there, don't you think an Alex drawer, because it's that little nook, would work perfectly?
Would it be, flush to the wall? Because I feel like it might stick out a little bit.
It should be. It's the size of the desk.
I wouldn't get one unless it, was like that.
It's the size of the desk. So it's, you just get rid of the legs and it replaces that.
Okay.
So if you do that, it would make a lot of sense. You could put all your stuff inside of the drawer. That would work nicely. Not a fan of the Bose speaker on the left side there. I feel like that's just weird positioning, especially because of the laptop. I feel like it's kind of hard to get full usability out of the laptop there. I'm not a big fan of that. And then the tablet in the corner, which, again, isn't terrible, but I feel like just maybe the laptop would have worked better where the tablet is, because it looks like there's more room. And then the tablet would work nice because the Bose kind of takes up some space. Just the size, I feel like you could swap that out and it'd make a little bit more sense. That's just what I'm saying personally. So I feel like that would be ideal. But for the most part, it is a pretty perfect setup, Everything's straight to the point. It works well. He's got his headphone hanger. He's got this. He's got that. So I'm a big fan. I think it's a little bit of just, let's just swap and put some stuff away and call it a day. What are your thoughts, Tom?
No, yeah, I agree with everything you said. The only thing I have a little problem with, I don't know if he meant to do this, like the color of the desk matches the wall. Like, I don't know, it just kind of throws me off.
That always triggers Tom. Anything where it matches the wall.
No, but it just seems like, because you don't go all directly into that little nook or whatever, so it kind of just looks a little weird how it blends into the wall like that. Maybe that was your purpose to begin with, but if I were you, I would get a different colored desk, or maybe wrap the desk with something if you don't want to get a new tabletop.
Plus, it's actually awesome that he has that little nook, because he could try to use that to his advantage. Like, if you had a light, like one of the Philips Hue or whatever the hell, that just shot up against the flag, that could look really dope.
Yeah.
Or maybe there's got to be something cool you could do with that little nook and use it to your advantage, storage, whatever. I think it could be really badass. But let's go to the final set of the day, submitted by JP23 FastPass. Thank you for the support. He's currently studying computer science and uses his laptop for schoolwork and PC gaming. His apartment is really small, forcing him to have his desk in the living room with his TV and consoles. The current state of his setup is ultimately the result of watching Pimp My Setup for several months and making the best of what he has and what he can afford to buy on a very small budget. Generally, he doesn't use the laptop screen when he's sat at his desk, which is why it's so far off to the side. He couldn't afford a docking station, but wants to get one at some point. Although he's sure this is one point where Matt is going to roast the hell out of him. Also, Matt can't read. What? In the future, he hopes to build a gaming PC and upgrade dual 24 to 27-inch monitors and replace his mouse, keyboard, TV, and audio, and add in some pop vinyls and another poster above the TV. So obviously written the email, he addressed a lot of the things that I was going to say. So, obviously he knows what he's doing. He knows the future plans, which is great. But of course, we're also going to be just talking about what he's working with right here, right now, in the moment.
We're going to roast the shit out of him.
We're going to roast him, JP. You best be ready.
He's in the chat too. So.
Oh, what up? But really, I got to take a moment here. He's like, my apartment's so small. I'm on such a tight budget, bro. He's got an epic apartment. I mean, my favorite is the 6th photo.
Yeah.
Look at his doggy. Look at his doggy.
Pose.
Dude, that is adorable. That is adorable.
Yeah.
Look how nice. That's a nice apartment, though. And, he's acting like, we're smart ass. It is what it is. But seriously, I mean, it is a really nice apartment. So props there. I like you have the little no, that's the IKEA countertop. The Kallax shelf. Right there. Really nice. The vinyl. All that. Really, really cool. And then, of course, I like the 4th photo because this is something we don't see often. Using controller stands. Has a little built shelf. I don't know if that's from IKEA or whatever, like, the one you have, Tom, that's really cheap. But perfect because it elevates it, it blends in, and it makes cable management a lot easier on the Xbox. The Signum's right there. Really props there. The next photo is under his desk. Again, he's got a trash can. He's got his headphones mounted. He's got... Very interesting having the wireless, the Cisco and all that stuff right there mounted on the wall like that. But it kind of actually works really well.
It does, yeah.
Because it just... right into the spot he needs. So I really like what he's doing under the desk. I like how all the cables, and you can see those little IKEA tacks, those are perfect. Get the cable management kit from IKEA, guys. I swear they are the best. Easy way to mount all the cables and thread them to where he wants, which is great. And then really you look at the second photo, and this is like the far back shot to kind of get an idea. First off, LEDs behind the bed. I like it. You bring the ladies home, they're like, damn. But seriously, the actual main section I think is great because he really did a great job blending together what is a TV entertainment setup, but also his personal setup. It's not easy to do. Obviously I'm messing with him when I say, he has a small apartment kind of thing, but like it really is tight on space. He doesn't have the room to separate the two, and he did a good job blending it. So props there. It is hard considering you want to put the Kinect under the TV. You also have your sound bar, and then the subwoofer. So it's like a lot of stuff, but then to the left, I feel like you did a good job simplifying your setup. It's a lot, but it's not. You have all the speakers, the headphones, the dock. You are going to get a docking station. I don't hate the laptop. I understand how it works. It's, personally, I think it's great because you have the charger all set up and everything's good there. You have your console off to the left side for the. What is that? Like the PlayStation 4 Pro?
Yeah, it's like it looks like it.
It's like gold or something. What the? Very, very nice though. I think really my main thing is adding another poster above the TV. That is something I was going to say. Docking station is something I do think would look nicer because if you're not using it when you're at your desk, it would look nice closed up. It also probably would help run your laptop a little bit better because you're not pushing another screen. And make it probably easier just for grab and go. But I'm sure you have that figured out now anyway. It is a pretty straightforward setup. Theme is really my only thing. Like just that other poster would just kind of finish that spot, and it sucks that vent's there.
Yeah,
it kind of like a cock block in that wall,
No, but he's doing what he can with the wall space, and I think that's a great job.
Yeah, hey, at least it blends in,
It does, yeah.
Otherwise, there's people that have like the ratchet ass like white ones that like rusting and stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah, I like it. I think it's great. It is definitely hard to get full usability of that like drawer right there, but I think it was smart to merge the desktops like that. So it's good. I like it. What are your thoughts, Tom?
I mean, yeah, you basically said everything like I would have said. I loved how you utilized the small space underneath this entertainment like setup area, like with the desk, little shelf, little stand or something like that. I just think you did a great job. There's really not much else to say. It's a very straightforward setup. And, you did a great job for the space that you had.
And you have a cute dog.
She's a real cutie. Just look at her.
Look at her.
Just look
Seriously,
at her.
Look. If you're not looking, just open the browser tab and look.
She gets to watch you play and do stuff. Huh?
She's probably like, bro, let's go. I got
play Destiny better.
But all right, now it's time for the part of the show where we give the scores. Scores. So this set up Powie 92, Cole 62, Jack 70, Guy 82, Preston 68, Unknown 58, Drew 84, JP 92, tied first place. Personally, Powie and JP have complete different setups.
Yeah,
I think that's easy to say. Personally, I think JP walks away with the win for me.
For sure.
I think Powie's is a lot easier to do, a lot easier to get to that point. JP, though, really had a lot to kind of work with, and he got 2 10s in his points, which really helped a lot. So I like it. I think it's great. Would you choose JP or Powie?
JP by I'm all about theme and all that, and he has the Destiny posters and all that. It's an easy JP.
Easy win?
Yeah, easy
JP.
Win. JP.
So there you go. JP wins in our books. Let us know in the comment section down below. Are you more of a JP or a Powie fan? But that's it. Thanks so much for watching this episode of Pound My Setup, episode number 266, recorded 11 September 1st, 2017. My name is Matt Philly. You can find me on Twitter, Matt Philly. That is Thomas Philly at Thomas Philly on Twitter. Thanks so much for watching this episode, and we will see you on Sunday.